Here's one. Hulk Hogan, the wrestling icon who redefined pop culture. In the golden age of professional wrestling, few figures have loomed as large, both literally and figuratively, as Hulk Hogan. Born Terry Eugene Bollea on August 11, 1953, Hogan transcended the squared circle to become a global icon. At 71 years old, his name still evokes images of flexed muscles, shredded shirts, deafening cheers, and the unmistakable chant of Hulkamania. Hogan wasn't just a professional wrestler. He was a phenomenon who helped transform wrestling from a regional curiosity into a pop culture juggernaut. The birth of Hulkamania. Hogan's wrestling career began in the late 1970s, but it was his arrival in the World Wrestling Federation, now WWE, in the early 1980s that changed everything. Vince McMahon, recognizing Hogan's charisma and marketability, positioned him as the face of the WWF's national expansion. With his bleached blonde hair, 24-inch pythons, biceps, and all-American persona, Hogan became the ultimate good guy in an era hungry for heroes. His catchphrases, "What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?" and "Say your prayers and eat your vitamins," became rallying cries for a generation. Hogan's appeal extended beyond wrestling fans. He embodied a larger-than-life superhero at a time when cable television was bringing wrestling into millions of homes across the U.S. WrestleMania and mainstream fame. Hogan's star power reached new heights with the advent of WrestleMania, WWE's flagship event that debuted in 1985. The first WrestleMania, held at Madison Square Garden, saw Hogan team up with Mr. T in a match that combined Hollywood glamour with wrestling spectacle. The event was a smash hit and marked the beginning of wrestling's mainstream crossover. Over the next decade, Hogan would headline 8 of the first 9 WrestleManias, battling legends like Andre the Giant, Randy Macho Man Savage, and The Ultimate Warrior. His match against Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3rd is one of the most iconic moments in wrestling history, culminating in Hogan body slamming the 520-pound Andre before a stunned crowd of over 93,000 at the Pontiac Silverdome. This wasn't just wrestling, it was sports entertainment. Hogan helped pioneer the idea that wrestling could blend athleticism with theatrical storytelling on a massive scale. The face of a cultural movement. By the mid-1980s, Hulk Hogan was everywhere. He starred in cartoons like Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, appeared on talk shows, was parodied on Saturday Night Live, and even had his own line of action figures and vitamins. His name was synonymous with American heroism and family-friendly entertainment. In 1989, Hogan tried his hand at Hollywood with films like No Holds Barred, and later Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny. Though his acting career never reached the heights of his wrestling fame, it solidified his image as a pop culture mainstay. He also made numerous appearances in commercials, video games, and endorsements. For many fans, Hulk Hogan wasn't just a wrestler, he was a role model and a symbol of perseverance, integrity, and strength. Reinvention in the 1990s, the birth of Hollywood Hogan. As the 1990s unfolded, audiences began to shift. The once beloved babyface, good guy persona of Hulk Hogan started to wear thin, particularly with the rise of grittier, more realistic wrestling content. Sensing the change, Hogan shocked the wrestling world in 1996 by turning heel, villain, and joining the New World Order, NWO, in WCW, World Championship Wrestling. Rebranded as Hollywood Hogan, he traded his red and yellow for black and white, adopting a cocky, menacing demeanor. This reinvention revitalized his career and helped WCW beat WWE in the ratings war for 83 consecutive weeks. It also showcased Hogan's versatility, not just as a performer, but as a savvy businessman who understood the evolving wrestling landscape. A complicated legacy. Hogan returned to WWE in the early 2000s, where he was welcomed back as a legend and even won the Undisputed Championship at age 48. His match with The Rock at WrestleMania X8 in 2002 was a generational clash that drew one of the loudest crowd reactions in WWE history. Fans couldn't help but cheer for the nostalgic return of the red and yellow icon. However, Hogan's legacy hasn't been without controversy. In the 2010s, he faced personal and legal issues, including a highly publicized lawsuit against Gawker Media and the release of a racist rant that led to his temporary ousting from WWE, though he eventually apologized and was reinstated into the WWE Hall of Fame. These incidents have complicated how some fans remember the once universally beloved figure. The enduring impact. Despite his ups and downs, Hulk Hogan's influence on the wrestling world is undeniable. He laid the foundation for what professional wrestling would become in the modern era, larger than life, entertainment-driven, and deeply intertwined with mainstream culture. Every superstar who followed The Rock, John Cena, Roman Reigns owes part of their success to the path Hogan blazed. Today, at 71, Hogan is still a frequent presence at wrestling conventions, autograph signings, and WWE nostalgia programming. He's also a successful entrepreneur, having opened restaurants and remained active in various business ventures. For fans of a certain era, Hogan represents more than just wrestling. He's a living symbol of the energy, excitement, and theatrical magic that defined 1980s and 1990s entertainment. Conclusion. From shredding shirts to slamming giants, Hulk Hogan was and remains an unforgettable force in the world of professional wrestling. His contributions shaped not only WWE but the broader cultural landscape of the 1980s and beyond. While his career has had its controversies, his legacy as one of wrestling's greatest icons endures. What you gonna do when Hulkamania still runs wild on you, brother? News 2. Chuck Mangione, the smooth jazz maestro who defined an era. At 84 years old, Chuck Mangione remains one of the most influential figures in the world of smooth jazz and instrumental pop. Best known for his Grammy-winning hit, Feels So Good, Mangione's music became synonymous with an era, capturing the essence of relaxed melodic jazz that appealed to mainstream audiences. Born on November 29, 1940 in Rochester, New York, Mangione was a child prodigy, mastering the flugelhorn at an early age. His early musical career was shaped by jazz greats, but it wasn't until the 1970s that he found his signature sound blending jazz, pop, and classical influences into a smooth, accessible style that resonated with listeners worldwide. Released in 1977, Feels So Good was a defining moment in Mangione's career. With its laid-back groove, catchy melody, and signature flugelhorn sound, the track became a crossover hit, climbing the charts and staying in the top 10 for weeks. The song's popularity helped solidify Mangione as a leading figure in the smooth jazz movement, making his flugelhorn one of the genre's most recognizable instruments. Over the years, Mangione's influence only grew. His catalog includes numerous albums and collaborations with other jazz and pop icons, but it's his work in the 1970s and 1980s that cemented his place in musical history. In addition to his Grammy win, he received multiple accolades and was even named a cultural ambassador by the U.S. State Department. Chuck Mangione's legacy is not just about hit records. It's about creating a sound that resonated deeply with audiences, blending jazz improvisation with pop sensibilities. Even as he entered his 80s, his music continues to inspire new generations of listeners and musicians. News 3. Roy Black, the high-profile defense attorney who shaped legal drama. Roy Black, at 80 years old, remains one of the most prominent and controversial figures in American criminal defense. Known for his sharp legal mind and commanding courtroom presence, Black became a household name for defending high-profile clients like William Kennedy Smith and Jeffrey Epstein, among others. His career has been defined by high-stakes cases that often placed him at the intersection of law, media, and public opinion. Born on December 17, 1944 in Florida, Black's journey to the top of the legal world began after graduating from Harvard Law School. In the 1980s, he quickly became known for his skill in the courtroom, particularly in complex and media-heavy cases. His defense of William Kennedy Smith in a 1991 trial for the alleged rape of a woman in Palm Beach put him on the map as a legal superstar. Smith's acquittal, after a high-profile trial covered by media outlets nationwide, cemented Black's reputation as a capable, fearless attorney. Later, Black would become a central figure in the Jeffrey Epstein case, representing the financier in several legal matters related to his criminal activities. Black's involvement in such cases only increased his media presence, and his ability to navigate the court of public opinion became as important as his legal expertise. While Black's career has brought him fame and fortune, it has also led to controversies, especially in relation to some of his more notorious clients. Nonetheless, his ability to turn the odds in his favor in court has made him a respected and sometimes divisive figure in legal circles. In addition to his legal work, Roy Black has built a successful law firm and remains an influential voice in American criminal defense. His career continues to be a testament to his skill, charisma, and understanding of the law's intersection with media and public perception.